Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we have two bits of exciting news. The first is the ban announcements. So Karn, the Great Creator, is gone, and so is Geological Appraiser. So with Geological Appraiser, it doesn't surprise me. I don't think Wizards particularly enjoys that play pattern. I don't think the deck was broken particularly. It was quite easy to interact with, but it's not a fun way of playing Magic, that kind of one card combo on turn 3 that you either have interaction for or you don't. So that's gone. For me, the much more exciting news is that Karn, the Great Creator, is gone, because I absolutely despise that card. I just think it's a very unfun way of playing the game, which is what I just said about Geological Appraiser, but I actually personally very much dislike the way that Karn provides all of the answers that you could possibly need on demand, and also has the added benefit of just shutting down opponents' artifacts for no particular reason, and just kind of making the game less fun. So we will see if Mono Green Devotion can survive. It's still got some very powerful cards in it, and we are going to try a Mono Green Devotion deck without Karn at some point. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And the other bit of exciting news is that I've revamped the channel. So you will see in a minute that I will start appearing in my videos. So you will, when we're playing games, there will be a webcam screen. So you can also look at my delightful face while I'm playing, which is a treat for you all. And also I've upgraded my system somewhat. So hopefully the game should run smoother. We have a better sound system as well. So you should be able to hear some of the game sounds at the same time. So yeah, it's all very exciting. But onto the point of this video, which is the gameplay video. So today we are playing an Azorius control list that did pretty well and got to the finals of a Pioneer Challenge recently. And it's slightly different to the Azorius control lists that we've seen from recent times, in that the cards are a little bit different. But in terms of new cards, we're playing 4 copies of Get Lost. So this is the new removal spell, Premier White removal spell from Lost Caverns, which is 1 and a white for destroy a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Its controller creates 2 map tokens. And we're also running 4 copies of Restless Anchorage, which is the white-blue dual land creature land from Lost Caverns. So this one turns into a 2/3 white and blue bird with flying, that when it attacks it creates a map token. So that's very good. And then our other new card in the sideboard, which we'll come to, is Cutsil's Flanker. But the rest of the main deck is a little bit different in the terms of it's not running any temporary lockdowns or farewells, and it's relying entirely on 4 copies of Supreme Verdict as its wrath of choice. Now, obviously, Supreme Verdict is very powerful, but against this kind of quick decks that you need a quick answer to, perhaps the lack of temporary lockdown may be an issue, but let's see how that does. But the rest of the deck is probably relatively familiar. So we've got Soul Partition, Change the Equation, Make Disappear, and Dovin's Veto down at 2 drops. So we don't run any 1 drops, but our kind of counterspell package is pretty strong. We've got Absorb as well up at 3. So we are main decking a couple of Change the Equations just because red and green are very ubiquitous in the format at the moment, but we might take that away. It might change over time, particularly now that the Discover combo isn't really a thing anymore. And then removal, we've got obviously Get Lost and Soul Partition. And then we have mass removal with Supreme Verdict. Our draw spells of choice are 4 copies of Memory Deluge and 1 Behold the Multiverse. And then we have our Planeswalker package. So 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor, a very powerful Planeswalker, can be cast at instant speed. And then Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which is very much the glue that holds blue-white control together. Just an obnoxiously difficult Planeswalker for the opponent to deal with. Draws cards, leaves you up, and untaps lands, leaving you with counterspell protection. And then another finisher, we have 3 copies of Shark Typhoon. Generally, as you'll know, when we've played Shark Typhoon before, you're usually cycling it, but sometimes you will also hardcast it and then just start creating a whole load of new sharks. And then, as well as our Restless Anchorages, we've got a lot of other dual lands, Deserted Beaches, Hollowed Fountains, Pathways, 3 Field of Ruin to deal with the non-basic lands which are running around the format. We very much don't want to be staring down Cavern of Souls in this kind of deck, so getting rid of those is quite important. Some basic lands, a Hall of Storm Giants, as well as another creature land, and then 1 Otawara and 1 Iganjo. And then in the sideboard, so we have Authority of the Consuls, which is a bit of a wild choice, but I have seen it come up in a couple of decks that we've played against, which are presumably running this kind of list. But creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. So very useful at dealing with the kind of Boros Convoke. Merfolk go wide strategies, just slows the opponent down and gives you that incremental life gain. 4 copies of Portable Hold, so kind of mini versions of Temporary Lockdown, just to deal with the 1 non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Narset's Reversal, so this is very good against things like Thought Distortion. When Dig Through Time comes into the format, that's going to be very useful to have a Narset's Reversal to be able to potentially copy that from your opponent and steal it. And then we have Cutsil's Flanker, which is our new sideboard card of choice. So this is a 3/1 flash for 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that left the battlefield under our control. Gain 2 life and scry 2 or exile target player's graveyard. So the graveyard hate is probably where we'll be mostly bringing this in, but it is a interesting new addition, quite versatile, smoothing out our draws potentially, and also a way of just kind of putting down a threat at instant speed. The 3 copies of Summary Dismissal, exile all other spells and counter all abilities, so very useful to kind of deal with kind of discontinuity and those kind of things. Basically those things which are kind of putting lots of different things on the stack, and you just want to get rid of them all. And then 1 more copy of Shark Typhoon as well. So this is a pretty hard control deck, so a fun way to kind of relaunch the channel, so to speak, with these new upgrades. So yeah, that is the deck. Thanks very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons. This is an exciting time, both for the channel with this new tech that we're using, but also, new bans, Khans of Tarkir coming next week. Check out my top 10 video on that. Yeah, there's lots of exciting stuff happening, so make sure you keep up with it. And yeah, let's go onto the ladder and see how we go on with this. So hello, yes, it's me wearing my comically large headphones. And we are on the play. So our opponent's on Gigantha, so this could potentially be a very good hand or a terrible one. So, you know what I like to do in those kind of situations? So the opponent's on a mulligan, so let's play Hollowed Fountain. Okay, so it's not Boros Convoke, it is Sacrifice instead, which is a shame. So let's play Field of Ruin. Hold up, change the equation. Right, let's drop an Anchorage into play, just pass it back again. So I could counter this, but while I've got Supreme Verdict available, I'm not that fussed to, so let's pass the turn again, hold up both our counter spells, but also Memory Deluge. The opponent's missed a land drop as well, which is worth noting. So I'm happy to take the 2 here, I think. Alright, Fibblethip, calm down, it's going fine. No, we'll Memory Deluge here and then Verdict next turn, I think. Okay, let's grab land and Shark Typhoon. Now, so we could wait another turn and just then Verdict with Counterspell back up for their next turn. I think that probably makes sense, and then we can cycle Shark Typhoon as well. Or are we actually doing that? We could just Behold the Multiverse instead. Tell you what, let's Iganjo down their Blood Tithe Harvester. Let's try and bait them into thinking we don't have a Wrath. We're a little all over the place here, to be honest. I'm still figuring out how to use this deck. Okay. In the bin. Okay, they have hit the land drop. Croxer is fine. So let's just discard another Verdict here, I think. Let's cycle our Shark Typhoon. Okay, another land is good, so let's play Supreme Verdict. Thoughtseize is a decent one for them, but they may want the land instead, to be honest. No, let's counter that. Hands off my stuff. Okay, Teferi is a very welcome sight here.
Right on schedule. No time for a break.
Let's untap one here and another dual land, then at least we do have Field of Ruin ready for their creature land if they try and activate it. Okay, well, looks like I'm stuck with that for the time being. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. Well, let's get that out of here. It's got bad vibes. Now let's send away their token.
I'm not ready for you quite yet.
It's Foretell, Behold the Multiverse. Pass the turn. Okay. Let's blow that up. Grab an island. Okay, that was a pretty good turn for us. So let's shock in Hollowed Fountain. Let's tick up Teferi.
Hurry.
Cast Behold the Multiverse. Okay, now we can pass the turn. Nope, okay, fair enough. We were pretty far ahead there, so that's not a surprise. So Cutsil's Flanker is good here. So is Portable Hole. Authority of the Consuls is quite good at stopping the reflection copying, so let's pop that in. And what are we taking out here? Get Lost is just okay, I think. We probably don't need it now that we have Portable Hole, so let's get rid of that. Dovin's Veto, maybe trim a couple of those. Trim Make Disappear as well. And a Memory Deluge, because I'm expecting them to have Graveyard Hate. Yeah, I think that probably works. It's very welcome how much smoother this thing runs now, I have to say. It's a bit on the slow side, and we don't currently have mana for Absorb, but we do have Supreme Verdict. I think I'm going to send this one away. Yeah, this is better. So let's stick the oven in a hole. Yep, Hollowed Fountain tapped is fine here. Where were you, man? Okay. Let's veto that. I'm not having it. Not tolerating it. Alright. Apparently I am. I have no choice but to tolerate it, because they've stolen my Supreme Verdict. Okay, well that's not bad news. So let's pass the turn once more. Let's play Cutsil's Flanker. I'll keep the Shark Typhoon. Not so fussed about the Absorb here. Okay, we need a verdict pretty urgently.
I'm not going to save this one. We need to move quickly.
That's not it. Okay, well, we've probably got one more draw step. Double Thoughtseize, how dare you? Where do you think you are? Yeah, okay, scoop this one up. So we're on the play, so let's pop in Make Disappear. Maybe we do want a couple of Get Losts and take out Authority of the Consuls. Just because being able to kill Fable is actually quite important. Have another Dovin's Veto. Trim and Absorb. Trim a Cutsil's Flanker. Trim a Shark Typhoon. And another Memory Deluge. Actually, no, let's just trim one Verdict, I think, here. The entirely random sideboarding that you come to a channel like this for. It's all done with science. Yep. Okay, well, it's not Thoughtseize, which is the main thing. It's a shame Get Lost can't hit artifacts, but then it would be probably too good. So I could make that disappear. I'm not minded to. Okay, let's not have two ovens floating around. Okay. I will take the damage. And I'll like it. That's fine. So let's just play another Hollowed Fountain. I'm happy to, you know, their Unlucky Witness is not presenting the most terrifying clock I've ever seen. Okay, so they can take up to Fairy here, unfortunately. Okay, let's stick their oven in a hole. Am I minded to Verdict now? Yeah, let's Verdict now. That's fine. Ooh, okay. Let's, So I could Verdict again now, I could Memory Deluge, I could pass the turn and wait. Let's Memory Deluge. Let's blow up their Fable. That's A-okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so let's play Tethers. Let's draw.
I know what must be done. No time for a break.
Okay, let's pass the turn holding up Iganjo. So I could change. No, I think I'm okay with that, just because they can't take Iganjo, so. Let's kill their goblin token.
That didn't pan out.
Okay, so we have an answer to that at least, so let's draw.
Let's skip to the good part.
Let's get rid of that. Let's pass the turn. Untap some lands. Not having it. Not on my watch. Not having that either.
That was uncalled for.
Okay, let's draw with Teferi. Would be nice to hit a land
We
here.
need to move quickly.
Okay, that is a land. Not quite the right one, but... Well, it is the right one, actually, because I can untap it. Good for me. Everything's coming up Milhouse. They don't have any creature lands, so there's nothing worth killing here. So we are moving ahead in this game. Yep, excellent. Score 1 for Azorius control. This doesn't look like a keep to me. That's the same hand, but worse. Okay. Clearly all of my cheap spells have gone for a walk somewhere. Oh, we're in a control mirror. That's fun. No, they're trying to do discover things while discover things are still allowed. Fair enough. Yes, it is worth pointing out that I am recording this before the ban announcement comes into effect, so we're not quite free of these cards yet. But it's only a matter of time. Okay. Okay, verdict's not much good to us here, unfortunately. Ah, the old draw-go style of Magic. How nobody has missed you. So, let's flash this back. I'm not expecting it to resolve, but... Oh, it did. Okay, well, let's have a Dovin's Veto. Nah, well, let's change the equation in another land, actually. Let's just keep hitting our land drops. So the opponent's now got 9 mana. But I have so much interaction here that I'm not hugely worried. Spells you cast cost words that don't interest me. Okay. Yep, not losing that fight. Not worth it. Okay, are we at the point now where we can start attacking with our anchorage? I think we probably are. Because even with that, we still have double counterspell, so... Ah. The purest form of control when your lands are your win condition. Reminds me of the old Celestial Colonnade days. What a time to be alive. Okay, I can make it a 3/3. Battle of the Map tokens. What a thrilling viewing this must be for everyone. Just talk amongst yourselves for a bit. Let's absorb that, I think. Now let's blow up their bivouac. Grab an island. Let's attack with our anchorage. Maybe they're not playing a Discover combo, maybe this is just control. At the beginning of your end step. Yep. Okay. That's Verdict. Don't need to attack this turn. Okay, let's try and land a big Tef. Cool.
I'm not going to send this all that far.
Now let's go to our end step. Okay.
Let me
Untap, untap. So we've got 8 lands available for our Memory Deluge. No, we were pretty far ahead there. Okay, so maybe it is just some sort of Jeskai control deck. In which case, what are we doing differently? I hear myself ask. It's not an easy choice, to be honest. Do we want summary dismissal? Try it, I suppose. Stick in a couple. Narset's reversal for their magma opuses, maybe. Let's take out Soul Partition. Maybe a couple of verdicts. Yeah, let's just leave one verdict in, I think. Flanker, no. Although Flanker does deal with the graveyard. That might not be the worst thing, actually, in a control mirror. Not sure. See how this game goes, and then maybe adjust. Yep, that's good enough. Ah, very good. Okay. Now that'll give him something to think about, I suppose. Is this just Smuggler's Copter? Legal want you to find the difference between these two, and they're the same photo. Ugh. One mana counter Memory Deluge is pretty sad. So I don't think we Emperor this turn, we Emperor next turn. Because we don't have counterspell backup if we do it now. So let's just pass the turn this way instead. Yep. You may flick a coin. Okay. Let's play the Wandering Emperor. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So let's exile the Bankbuster.
Must contend with me. This is what you get for hurting my people.
Wonder if they'll attempt a Magma Opus here. That would be fun. Looks like that's what they may be doing. Okay, do you have a way to stop me? Looks like they do. Yep. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's pass the turn. Don't really want that on the battlefield, to be honest. Let's get rid of that. So definitely out running me on cards here. Still 6 cards in hand. It's depressing. But if that's all they do this turn, I can live with that. So let's behold the multiverse. Okay. Pass the turn. Let's try deluging. Okay. Surprised we got away with that, to be honest. So let's take a Memory Deluge and an Anchorage. Alright, fair enough. So double Magma Opus was probably not something we were going to survive. So now we know a little bit more about what they're doing. I don't really like Summary Dismissal. Let's put in the other Shark Typhoon. Pop back Soul Partition. I think that'll probably do. So it is Jeskai control. Neat deck though, I like it. Yep, this'll do me fine. Ugh. Land, please. Please land. Not quite what I had in mind, but it'll do, I suppose. Yeah. No. Don't want it. Okay, maybe it's end of turn Memory Deluge rather than Emperor at this point. Don't quite have the money for the mana for Magma Opus yet. Sure. So if I play Emperor, they are free to cast Magma Opus, so let's not. Let's just try and play Teferi instead. No, fair enough. Now I think we just take our punishment as and when it comes. Okay, well at least there's no opus, I suppose. Just an endless cavalcade of... Yeah, this is why you really need to hit as many land drops as possible in control decks, because 5 lands just isn't enough compared to their many more than that.
You'll be safer. Keep watch for intruders.
Oh dear. Yep, this was always the danger.
Back to wandering.
Yep. Good game, opponent. Yeah, we just ran out of steam there. Just not enough land. If we'd had one more land, I think we could have gotten away with it. But it's the disadvantage of running Restless Anchorage and things like that, is that often in a control deck you don't mind it being a tap land, but sometimes it's pretty rough that it's a tap land. But that is Azorius control, a little bit different to the usual build. Get Lost did some good work there, so did Anchorage. Yeah, no, interesting. I'm sure this deck needs some refining. I'm still not sure about the full set of verdicts as opposed to farewells and lockdowns, but it's an interesting build. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you've seen anything like this, if you've played against it. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying the new upgraded content. And yeah, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.